Alright, I know a lot of us left a little frustrated today, so I thought I would do number 3 and send it to you guys so you had another tool at your disposal as you're working on your homework tonight. So let's just take a close look at this problem and notice a few things and make some changes to this problem right away so that it's easy. First of all, I see that I'm going minus 10/3 here, and I think we should do the additive inverse and make that plus negative 10/3. Okay, didn't change the problem there, but you just made it more visually friendly. Okay, the other thing to notice is I have two fractions here, and we're going to be multiplying this by that and this by that by doing the distributive property, so we're going to want to turn that into a fraction. And you can turn any whole number into a fraction by putting it over 1. Okay, so now let's just do our distributive property. 3 over 1 times 11/3, negative 11/3, and 3 over 1 times negative 10/3. And when you do that, you get negative 33 thirds. Remember, you just multiply straight across, and then v, don't forget that variable, plus negative 30 thirds. And then you still have your equals negative 32. Okay, so now we just did the distributive property. The next thing that you want to recognize is that both of your fractions can be changed to whole numbers. Remember, a fraction is also just division, so you can always just divide the top by the bottom. And when you divide both of these the numerator by the denominator, you get whole numbers. 33 divided by 3 is negative 11v plus negative 30 divided by 3 is negative 10. And that still equals 32. Now, we're left with a pretty simple problem. We have whole numbers and everything. Alright, so I just rewrote my problem so I have more room here. You guys should do this just all the way down vertically, but because I just don't have enough room here, we're going to do it this way. So this is where we're at. Take note that I had forgotten my negative sign here, so you do need to have your negative 32, not just 32 there. Okay, so at this point we're just down to a two-step basic algebra problem. So we want to move away from our variable and work right here. How do you get rid of a negative 10? You add 10 to both sides. Plus 10 plus 10. And when you do that, you're going to have negative 11v equals negative 22. Okay, because those crossed off. And then at this point, you want to isolate v. So you have to do the opposite. We have 11 times v here, so you have to divide by 11. And it needs to be negative 11, so you get a positive v. So v equals, divide by negative 11, a positive 2. Okay? So now we're left with our check. So remember, when we check, we got to now plug in v we found equals 2. So we want to plug that in for v. And as you can see, I'm using this as the equation I'm going to plug into. I'm not going to use my original 3 and then in parentheses negative 11/3 v minus 10/3 equals negative 32 because we hadn't even done the distributive property yet. So you don't have to use that first equation. You can bring it to the one that you made after you did the distributive property, which in this case was a negative 11v plus negative 10 equals negative 32. Okay, so we're going to plug in 2 for v. So negative 11 times 2 plus negative 10 will hopefully equal negative 32. Otherwise, if not, we'd have to go back and figure out what we did. Negative 11 times 2, well, a negative times a positive is a negative, so negative 22 plus negative 10 should equal negative 32. And, as a matter of fact, negative 22 plus negative 10 is negative 32. So negative 32 equals negative 32, and it works. Hopefully this helps. See you guys tomorrow.